Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. And this may very well be the end of Case 5, only time will tell, but previously, Queen Amara had her barriers broken down, and she seemed to begin to accept that maybe she had been wrong about Dirk and that he truly loved her and was innocent to all this business from 23 years ago and in the present. But just as Amara was about to name her own sister as a killer, a gunshot rang out. Some fanatical elite guard of Khura'in's shot Amara in the back, and she's undergoing surgery. And in the break, it seems that Khura'in got to Nayuta and is making him take the fall. And we resume now as Apollo is trying to plead with his brother, so it's pretty dire. Let's begin. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. Nayuta never confiscated it. Dirk's badge.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No. I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk, why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Oh wait, that was Nayuta who said that. My bad. Exactly. Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Khura'in's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Nayuta! Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming! What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nayuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Someday, you would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps, deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nayuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered, along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But...
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now, watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's got to be some way to save Nayuta. Apollo, it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, right, Nayuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Khura'in with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation within there. Got it. I think that was a typo. That should have been within, not within. If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago? It's come to this. Yep. I don't know if it's going to be a seance or a channeling, but either way, this is going to be fascinating.
Take that!
A photograph? Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is he was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course, with his photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Khura'in, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What utter nonsense! There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did. Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? Ah. As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is of the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why, you... Her benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course, leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. So, I need to say something here. The reason earlier in the playthrough I mistook Jove Justice for the stage name is because when Dax Arable was saying, oh, what was his stage name? It was something like Jangly Justice. I was like, oh, he had trouble remembering it and replaced the J for Jove with a J for Jangly. He misremembered Jove as Jangly, so I took it to mean he was incorrect about the stage name, and I took that to mean that Jove Justice was a stage name. That's why I made that error earlier. So I interpreted Datz's line as being mistaken about Jove. But no, his actual name is Jove Justice. His stage name is in fact Jangly Justice, which is a horrible name, I must say. All right. Now, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
It is... The way she pronounces that your name, it's so obvious. It's the same exact voice clip every time. I don't know why, but that takes me out of the moment every time.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
You know, I'm just gonna skip this one. I've seen it 10,000 trillion times. See, nothing, I missed nothing, right? Yeah, I missed nothing, for sure. Definitely. Burning and heat. Whoa. Ooh, drop the baby. Oh no. Oh, that explains a lot. Poor Rafa. Oh, man. Wait, no. No, that was Apollo, wasn't it? Oh, that does explain a lot. Oh, man. He was dropped as a baby. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, your Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. What a wonderful phrasing that is. See, she's really taken it to heart. Good on ya. Yeah, Khura'in's gonna be safe in her hands. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Knocked out? Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They are right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Alright, let's take this bit by bit. That's definitely Amara. She slumped over, so... There was talk of, like, sleeping pills, right? You know, it's interesting, there's already signs of a scuffle or something. That chair is knocked over and there's cutlery on the floor. Jove's attention turned to the baby once he started hearing it crying. I don't think anything changed when he looked up, I think. Oh, sudden pain. And vision blurred. It's like it was struck in the head. Maybe. Oh! In the platter! Someone's hand just tossed the lighter. Metallic sound. Hold on, I need to rewind that. We saw it. The hand was holding the golden lighter in the reflection. Oh, we need to get Rafa to enhance that pronto. Not a lot to go on in this, but what is there is huge for sure. Okay. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Sure. There's burning and heat and smoke, you can't deny that. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Knocked out. Sure, I guess he could die in the fire afterwards. I mean, yeah. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. Okay. But I might be able to tie that to the hand, but I don't know. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. Well, out of all these options, the fingerprints are definitely... There's also knocked out by the assassin. That's constant pain, just constant persisting pain. I think Jove was stabbed, maybe. But I feel like trying to decide whether Jove was knocked out or stabbed is just splitting hairs. And less important than determining who the fingerprints belong to. Looking at the court record. Alright. The assassination file. The arson incident involving Amara's private residence. Amara was slipped a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. Sure, she did seem unconscious at a dinner table. Maybe something she ate. The lighter found at the scene had Dirk's fingerprints on it. Jove got caught up, lost his life, struck in the head by the culprit. Alright, yeah, okay, that does... Yeah, the blurry vision does correlate to being struck in the head. I believe that then. I don't think he was stabbed. I think he truly was knocked on the head. Alright. Okay, so what I have to do here is clearly rooted in the lighter. I don't think there's anything else here that could help me in relation to this. I wonder if the Founder's Orb was present on this scene. I mean, what with it, like, having to do with fire to solve the riddle? Maybe not. Yeah, I certainly don't see anything resembling... What is that thing on the table on the left? Hold on. What is that? Right there, center frame, that... vaguely round triangular lump? What is that? Oh, I see, it's a tipped over cup. Or a bowl. Yeah, it's on its side. Okay, facing... Yeah, okay, it's just a cup. It's just a cup. I see it. What's really getting to me is why there's so much askew on the floor. What happened before the fire? I feel like selecting the reflection in the mirror, or the platter, would be jumping the gun. I might get a penalty for this, but... maybe I can just point this out. I can get the enhancing?
Objection!
Please. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. Oh, okay. I mean, that looks like a skin tone to me, I don't know. Ah, I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision. That looks like Inga's cuffs. Okay. Huh. It does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Anyway, it seems that I must revise my insights. We know not to whom it belongs? Au contraire. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. I wouldn't really call it an inconsistency, but... Hold on. Yeah, gold, red, gold, green lines. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh! Gold, red, gold, blue lines. Well, it's the same cuff, just different colors. I mean, I know we exist in video game land where everyone has a uniform they wear every sequential day, but... close enough, right? If someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not to whom it belongs. Is there anyone else I know who wears cuffs like that? Okay, I know you have gold, red, gold, and blue colors. Like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Can I have a look at Dirk's hand? Yeah, that's not what he usually wears. Okay. Am I just overthinking this? Yeah, I think I'm overthinking this. It's Inga. It's Inga.
Objection!
Wait. And this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away. Ah! That design! It can't be. Yeah, she'd know. This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance vision. Oop.
Take that!
That photo! So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes. I hear they're a traditional part of the Khura'inese Justice Minister's attire. Alright. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Khura'in's late Minister of Justice, Inga Khura'in. No! Not my father! So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Justice Minister Inga? So then Dirk's innocent of both charges. Divine dragons have been right all along? Nayuda? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Khura'in was not the Minister of Justice. I was gonna say, I remember differently. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... You, Queen Khura'in. What? Oh, right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness! Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara? That's why she tried to assassinate her? I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants, always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs? Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Fuck you! That was from the gut. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while. Nayuta! Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say? Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering. And now he's finally free. Oh, here we go. Yeah! In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed. Is that the first time he said Apollo? I saw it! I saw it!
A dragon never yields.
Yeah! I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Khura'in. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Insolent fool! Now even you prattle on about revolution! Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now if we could just prove Khura'in's guilt, we could continue on down that road, towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
Not so fast, Your Majesty, for the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right.
Ah, but we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute?
Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmadi has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Khura'in, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Khura'in. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Khura'in was the killer. There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice.
There is?
Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise?
Hey, you're right.
A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have to have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then...
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence.
Yes?
On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Khura'in, did you not?
Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Rafa, you would not dare!
When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession?
No, she did not.
So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor?
Yes, I admit no clothing was found.
So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed.
This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Khura'in wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Never found? Well, okay, so... my thoughts go to the sarcophagus. Oh, right. Splattered in a bunch of blood. Right! Hit a tree in a forest. Okay. Yeah, that works.
Take that!
The tomb. You believe the clothing was hidden there? Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden? Oop.
Take that!
Of course.
That makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. Ah! And by that, you mean? The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is still all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. All the blood, right? Or is it the amulet? Ah. Yes, the amulet has no blood on it.
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. Sure, I knew that. There is also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. Nailed it. I believe this blood spatter came from... Inga. Yeah.
Take that!
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga. I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Khura'in hiding the clothes does not exist. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Oh. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent... Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you are the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm! You dare accuse me, the ruler of Khura'in. Do not think for one moment that such impudence would...
Objection!
I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Khura'in. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Okay, on one hand, this seems pretty final, but we haven't done the whooshy whoosh red line of thought bit. So, it's not over till the weird lady freaks out, I guess. Oh, it's not over. She came up with something. How? What could it? What? How?
Me? Face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act? Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty.
Fuck you! Okay. What? That can't be, can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play.
But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it.
When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law.
Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges, so let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free? And yet, I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Khura'in of the crime she has committed. But...
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Reva cannot ascend to the throne, for she is as yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, and no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. Uh-oh! That's bad. Uh-oh. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear, for the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Khura'in, I command that you be put to death at once.
What the?
Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Khura'in Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you'd continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death.
That's a good laugh.
Objection!
Oh, come on! This is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Now look, Apollo. Truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life. So think before you speak again. But... Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too. What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Khura'in?
A dragon never yields.
I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminded me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And Nayuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids? A dragon never yields? Apollo, they are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. Okay, that's a bit heavy-handed. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling? Even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there is another saying in my country. The truth will set you free. Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There is only one path before us, revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Khura'in, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleating know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Khura'in is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up, not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right.
Oh, hell yeah!
If I accuse Khura'in, Nayuta will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Khura'in right now. Could this be the key? The Founder's Orb.
Hold on. If we got Okay, if we use the Sacred Orb to power up Rafa, she would have all the rights to the throne. In a sense, we'd be helping Rafa fulfill her father's coup in his place. That's pretty good. I think it's that. Oh man, okay. I'm hype. I'm really hype right now. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Khura'in's future. In light of Khura'in's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting his Fae. After all, he didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means the only people who currently know her name are Khura'in and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Khura'in so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Khura'in is obsessed with the orb because... clear her name. But she... I don't think there's actually any proof that she can channel. Well... no, she had to have channeled Dirk, didn't she? Unless... huh, go figure. Khura'in wants spiritual power. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Khura'in can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So if Khura'in can't channel spirits, she'd have no claim to the throne. Khura'in's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority, but if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority of the Crown. You, of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed. I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Khura'in so obsessed with the Founder's orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answers to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? Not cut deep. What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once. In Khura'in, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But, Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Khura'in Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Possible. Everyone knows only spirit mediums can be the Queen. Such blasphemy! On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Khura'in, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly.
Take that!
All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes. The Holy Mother will appear before us, oh great miracle of miracles. Praise be, Your Eminence, may your mighty spiritual power show us the way. Enough, I say, you mindless cretins. Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot? No, I want a lawyer. Summon one at once. Oh, stop.
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Khura'in. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us. I have heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you. If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me, you said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Khura'in, your reign of terror ends here. The aura! Ooh! Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is a simple job. Behold the magnificent power to commune with... Okay, that's a bit fast. Your Eminence! Okay, now I see why they showed that cutscene so many times. Heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us. Here it comes. What's wrong? You're not feeling well? Ha! Oh, Spirit of the Founder, grace us with your sacred presence. The time is now. I beseech you, appear before us. Heed my call. Founder, please. Har.
No, wait, I was just warming up. The rite actually starts from now. Look. Holy Mother.
Well, alright then. Good riddance. Prosecutor Sadmadi, how is Her Eminence?
It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother.
I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not?
Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later.
And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago?
To become queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention. She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants? So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Khura'in in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Khura'in think she was dead, while she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Khura'in? My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Khura'in told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Khura'in's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is. So that's what happened. And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant Nena. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her.
Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmadi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Sadmadi in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Sadmadi. Not guilty.
What a ride. Bravo. Bravo. Also, I'd just like to say, I forgot to mention this, but earlier when I was talking about the dead parent party, I forgot about Metis Psych, so whoops. So I guess that is... Okay, the Right Anything Agency has like 4 people and 6 dead parents among them. That's kind of crazy. Dirk, I hope you're watching. Well, okay, no, it's 5, because, Amara's still alive, so, yeah. I proved your innocence. Nayuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned.
Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom.
That was a shocker, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home.
I know, right? I was ready to go on down there and teach them a lesson myself.
Really?
I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest.
Remind me to never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex. And on that note, I just want to take this moment to say, I spent so much of this game thinking that for the climax, someone would channel the Holy Mother. Not only do I admire the restraint to not do that, I applaud the fact that the inability to channel the Holy Mother proved to be the crux of the finale. That's some good shit right there. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never-say-die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh? There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will. And inner strength forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I meant it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I've nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Mayuta, and of course, Dirk. And Maya, hello? Wow. She's here. That was pretty cool, Polly. Yeah! Trucy? Trucy? What are you doing here? It's magic. I'm afraid she employed the old, let's stow away in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. What? Though it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy? Do you even have a passport? Do the thing. That's not the thing I meant, but... Okay, wait, hold on. How old is Trucy? She's 17? Yeah, I still have to be mad about the panties. Okay. My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. There's like a mini-universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left to mystery. Hornhead, Barbed Head. I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, Your Benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Khura'in. And that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, Your Benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So I am worthy of my title after all.
I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more.
She sure bounced back quick. So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origin? That you are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara?
Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining.
If you can call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say my former mother?
Sounds like there was no love lost there.
But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear.
So, what's next for the kingdom of Khura'in? You've lost your queen, so... Her Benevolence Princess Rafa will ascend to the throne? Who? Ah!
Nayuda.
But she can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed.
Which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own.
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sud. Bruh.
Is she going to say what I think she is?
What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop?
Ow!
In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being.
Queen Amara?
Our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day, but for now I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity.
So then, she's going to be all right.
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage.
That's a relief.
You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuta beat the charges against him. And you got the revolution rolling to boot.
The revolution? Dirk, I guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir. There's going to be some major changes around here. The legal system's going to return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Khura'inese history.
Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuta, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I headed back home. You wished to give me something? Yes, as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this. Of course.
Take that!
This is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States, and I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Khura'in, it's only right that you have it. To change Khura'in. Yeah, in Dirk's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There is something I would like to show you. Uh-huh. What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. Huh? So why'd you bring us here, Nayuta? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Khura'in. What? Oh. I have no idea if I have no idea if he's gonna accept. Oh. But why? We have lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to... Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Khura'in's legal system from the ground up. Oh man. Strong parallels to Phoenix and Miles after the Dark Age of the Law. Strong parallels. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is way out of my league. The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream?
Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together.
You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought. Of course, I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Right Anything Agency to consider too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Mr. Wright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy... Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Right Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Khura'in and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? Honestly, if you ask me, I am leaning towards staying in Khura'in like 100%. I feel like that's a really cool. The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Khura'in? I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey guys? I'd know that booming voice anywhere. Huff, puff, huff, puff. Whew, I made it. Huff, puff. Apollo, you're here. Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright. Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Khura'in. Yeah! You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let his sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, I've never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. Ah, the little fledgling phoenix is leaving the nest. Oh, I'm gonna tear up. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back, Scout's honor.
Will we really see you again, Apollo?
You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be. But I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead.
You got it, Mr. Wright.
Please, Phoenix, I need you to tell them. Now of all times, tell them. Tell them. Please, tell them. Do it.
I'm gonna miss you, Polly.
Tell them. Tell them, please.
But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way.
Thanks, Drusy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Gramarye proud. Troop Gramarye brought up. Talk about Phoenix.
I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me.
In other words, game on?
You bet, and I'm gonna win.
I'm going to miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our Phoenix, you fuck! Tell him! I guess this is it, Apollo. You're really doing this? I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. What about the things he hasn't done for you, like tell you that Trucy's your sister? I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. We must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Oh, that was sweet. What a wonderful ending. Well, roll the credits. Bravo, Capcom.
Go on, Mr. Hat. Introduce yourself.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I wanted to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut.
It seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the...
We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight.
It's just not the same without Polly, is it?
Yeah, I kind of miss him too.
I know. We should go visit him in Khura'in.
Didn't see what she said there, but yeah, this was a great game.
After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Khura'in? Then came to me, tourism. That's what. I'll develop Khura'in's tourism industry and bring in more visitors. I'll roll out a Knights tour centered on the Founder's Orb. Oh, and make a museum dedicated to the Divine Dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep on coming.
Bork. Credits may be rolling, but again, this is far from the end. Well, I say far, but it's sneaking up on me, isn't it?
I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you, but Prosecutor Sadmati says he has need of me. So starting tomorrow, I'll be working in Khura'in for a while.
Look at it this way, I'm sure it'll be an educational experience.
True, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Khura'in's revolution.
Well, challenges have a way of helping people grow.
I look forward to our next investigation upon your return.
Next investigation? I would do things for investigation 3.
Darn that forehead face! Ever since he revealed the secret behind our teleportation trick, show requests have totally dried up. We'll be out on the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we should take Trucy up on her offer. She said we could make our debut as magicians at the Right Anything Agency. Shut up! I'm gonna show her up someday, and on my own terms. Nothing fires you up like a bitter rivalry.
I am not built for speaking that fast in girly voices. Ah. Okay, here comes the next wave. Okay. I'm ready. Bring it on.
Khura'in is just like this child right now, full of life and limitless possibilities. I have faith that Dirk and my darling Terest will watch over them both.
Har har har! Have no fear. We'll see Dirk's legacy through to the end. Just for Junior there's a secret to bring a man among men. Behold the Dats pose.
Wow! Oh, it sounds like little Feta saying...
Come on, little guy, don't be shy.
I didn't see what Feta was saying. The fighter in me. That's good. Oh my god, it was literally in her, because she's pregnant. Oh my god.
I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am.
She's quaking her boots.
Oh, Widget, I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this.
I enjoy these credit scenes, you know, but it is hard.
Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state?
Don't be mad, Simey. There was a huge party at my shop yesterday. But, it should still taste fine. Here, try some.
You great big pillock. Just lost my appetite because of you. It's hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say, old chum?
Old chum? Who's he speaking to? Who's doing these interviews?
That trial the other day really inspired me. I've even created a Rakugo routine based on Shisho's case. It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping the audience's thinking on its head. It's called The Scary Udon Noodle. You're giving away too much in the title. Keeping the Tornado School going is our way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training for that kid.
This is the real final boss for me. Great characters in this game, by the way.
Ha ha ha! With my newfound mobility, even ancient ruins and their fancy schmancy Tomb Raider traps are no match for me. Fire!
The university where my father worked is letting me help with a dig. One day I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him.
I'll also be going on a dig in Khura'in soon. That private justice had better not be slacking off.
I wonder if Army will actually appear in Case 6. I would assume it's... Okay.
I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Khura'in Village. Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear? Well, look who's all grown up now. But I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover.
I'm dying over here.
The key to doing voices over a period of an hour is pacing. Help. Help.
Mother, now that you have stopped being Nana, I want a new Nana. I wonder if there would be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You're quite a handful, after all. I am? With a simple wave of your hand, you would have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed. To think I put such undue burden upon you, a Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Fear not, Rafa, you'll have plenty of time in which to make amends. Oh ho ho, perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs.
Oh, that's darling.
Her benevolence has taken to calling me Braidhead. Even worse, she trembles and her face turns red when she speaks to me. What have I done to deserve such animosity? Well, it is true that I am merciless within the Hall of Justice. To be given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. Oh, what am I to do? Perhaps I should consult Apollo about this.
That's all the characters, right? There's no more? I think that's it. How is he doing, Mr. Wright? Great. He's a respectable lawyer in his own... Oh, right. Justice Office. Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Oh, before I forget, I made a copy of this photo for you. Oh, I know who it is!
It is so good to see him again.
Don't you think it's about time we told them...
Yes! Please! Yeah!
Okay. 10 out of 10, no notes. You have to understand, in that moment when I said, yes, please, in that moment, I was not a person. That was the sound of an animal, reverted to base instincts. Inner peace at last. I am truly freed. In this moment, I am enlightened. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Oh, thank God. You know, it's specifically because of that, I can now wait in peace. Sure, it's been like, what, 7 years since the last Ace Attorney game came out, this one? I'm fine with waiting. I don't care how long it takes. Ace Attorney 7, or whatever it'll be, it can come out whenever. Now that I know Apollo and Trucy are gonna learn who their mother is, everything's fine. I can wait however long. Okay, well, enough about that. So, all in all, Spirit of Justice has been an incredible package. It has one of the tightest narratives in all of Ace Attorney. And frankly, I would equate its quality overall to the full package of the great Ace Attorney 1 and 2. Like, damn, I was all but certain that no other Ace Attorney could exceed the quality of Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 as a package, but nope, this rivals it. And honestly, it's probably stronger all around, because the Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 had some moments that kind of dragged, and I wasn't really feeling the characters, but no, Spirit of Justice, the whole way through, every character was amazing. It certainly had the highest density of hateable villains. Roger Rettins and even Payne. Gaspin Payne was at his worst in terms of being insufferable and evil and mustache twirling. Like, it was great characters, man. So, this case may be over, but this is not the full end. So, this truly marks the beginning of the end. In a moment. Hold on. Wait, hold on. A few months since I decided to... I haven't... Okay. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy.
Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice?
It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Khura'in's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh?
I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate it will only add about 16 clients to your caseload.
Huh? No, wait just 1 minute. I have been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read... From legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law offices. I have already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I? I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There is no need to hold back.
Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today.
Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from those tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of. Objection! Oh, that gives me the warm fuzzies. They do that trick every time, but there's always the warm fuzzies. I feel good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this extra special 2-hour-long video. But it was worth it. Hot damn. So yes, the beginning of the end next time. Next time, we will pick things up in Case 6. Case SP, I see down there. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to Ace Attorney. No! Don't leave me. Oh, man. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But of course, once all is said and done and we do actually finish Case 6, there's plenty more to... well, a bit more to do and see. I'd love to, hold on. Yeah, the museum. I'd love to look through here. Art library, animation studio, all that. And of course, I'm also planning a super special extra video where I make a tier list ranking every single Ace Attorney character. So that's going to be quite fun. And after that, I guess I'll have to buckle down and wait for the next Ace Attorney to come out. Ah, that's going to be sad, but okay. Oh. I'm feeling so many emotions. Yeah, I need a moment to revel in this, so I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.